Hello fellow guitarists, today I wanted to make a review of this thing, the Ibanez RGA742 in FM DGF finish. But before this, I think we should make a little bit more Christmas atmosphere. I guess this is a bit better. So yes, let me start with what this guitar is. Let's talk a bit about specs, then into some features, what I like, what I don't like. Finish with some tone demos and experience from other people. So, this is an Indonesian Ibanez, like the standard of their standard line, the standard as it goes. So, the guitar has a Meranti body, which is kind of a cheaper variant of a mahogany, with flame maple veneer, 25 in a 5-inch scale length with 2 humbuckers, fixed bridge, master volume, master tone, and 5-way blade switch. Bolt-on 3-piece maple neck. Yatoba fingerboard, which is kinda rosewood variant, so it's kinda rosewood replacement, and 6-in-line headstock that is matching, so it also has flame maple veneer, and this kind of a latch on a truss rod. So you can just go here, pop it with your fingernail or a pick, and you have access to a truss rod, which is definitely a cool feature. And before we go into the specs and different things, let's tell one thing. This is basically a review of RGA442, so basically like a 6-string model. The only difference being this guitar has a 3-piece maple neck, while 42, which is a 6-string, has a 1-piece maple neck with scarf joint headstock. This thing goes straight through. So, this guitar was made in late 2020, so it was like December if I'm correct. Before we go in details about this instrument, I need to say that I made 3 upgrades to the thing. I swap out the tuners, changed the original strap buttons for strap locks, and installed different volume knob. That's all the difference. Let me state this before review that I am a believer in the word, as long as the guitar plays good, all other things can be written off. So for example, that's why I absolutely hate this thing, and it acts as a Christmas tree. And this one is in my hand and I play it. What do we have here is a 6-in-line headstock, pretty normal, straight string pull, and really cool feature with this latch on a truss rod cover. So you just go like this and the things open. You will either need to just flick it with a pick or sometimes with your fingernails. Depends. In terms of the nut, we have a simple plastic nut, and I will say right away, it's very decent. So the nut overall does not impact the tuning stability, and guitar stays in tune really well. You can play it for an hour with a lot of bends and stuff, and the guitar will still hold the tune very well. It originally comes with a set of 10s, but at the current moment it has a set from 9 to 52 from Elixir. Also, here we go to the first problem of the guitar that is easily fixable and present on every 7th string with a headstock is harp effect. Very simple to fix it, simply by making yourself or buying a fret warp, or you can use a lot of stuff, even, for example, tie in a sock. Headstock is non-glued in, so as you see, 3-piece neck goes straight to the headstock, and we have a little pieces of wood to make an Ibanez headstock shape. But overall, I don't know about your opinion on Ibanez headstock. I didn't like it at the first time, but it definitely grew on me. But overall, it's a very functional headstock, which I really like. So yeah, here we have a headstock with 7 tuners. In my case, they are upgraded to locking ones, but originally they were non-locking. This is a Graphtec ratio tuners. But yes, the original tuners were fine, but I really wanted to upgrade this instrument. You may ask me why install Graphtec tuners. Well, they were the only one who can be retrofitted without drilling. They come with different mounting plates, but so you can retrofit it to almost any type of guitar. But yes, it was a problem to find a 7-string set, but because of this was the only one I could have fitted to this guitar, I got this one. And to be honest, they are amazing. Comparing to Gato, they are a bit better. And this ratio thing is pretty nice. So coming on to the fingerboard and neck, let's start with fingerboard. It has 24 medium jumbo frets. Fretwork from the factory was really good. And I can't say bad thing about it because, well, genuinely, I can even now play it and it will still have a sustain. I have the guitar for over 3 years and there is a significant fret wear, so the quality of a fret wear was kinda mid, if not to say worse than mid. But overall, the guitar is still very playable. So as you can see, it's a John Petrucci signature pick, and we can still put it under 12th fret and it will hold. Even under 24 per pick. It's a flow in this will be today. And yeah, it doesn't hold that well, but it almost holds itself under the 12th fret, which is a really low action. And the guitar still has a sustain. Yeah, it's not that great because of the fret wear, but overall the guitar still plays. And after a little bit of fretwork, it will be as good as new. And the fretwork from the factory was amazing. Fret sprout, non-existent. I have the guitar for over 3 years and it did not have a fret sprout, and I don't believe it will. Let's go to the neck. So the neck is 3-piece maple. In case it will be an RGA42, as I've mentioned previously, it will be a 1-piece neck. And you may see here, but I will have close-ups. You can see the wood fibers. They glued completely correct, so they glued in opposite way to each other, which kind of gives you the effect that when, for example, the temperature changes and the wood moves, you get the effect that one piece of wood goes to one side and one to the other side, and basically it gives you more stability and reduces the chances of neck warp, etc. Did not help with this thing, full review on the channel. So yes, about the neck overall, it's finished in clear coat, of course satin, so it's really fast, your finger do not stick to it, and in terms of dimension, it has 19 millimeters on the first fret and 21 on the 12th. Shape is thin D. Ibanez call it Wizard 2 if I'm correct, but overall it's a thin D shape, mainly oriented on something like fast, shreddy playing. And in terms of how it plays it extremely well. I personally find this thing just a little bit tiring for long sessions, but overall I believe the neck is one of the best you can currently find in the market, and definitely the biggest selling point of this guitar. In terms of inlays, we have offset dots. Official website says it's plastic, but in fact it's not. It's a perloid on the front side, on the fingerboard, and side dots are made out of plastic. So yes, basically it's a little bit of an upgrade, comparing it to official website. So yes, in terms of problems, we have a little bit of badly covered parts, which is definitely a result of the finish not sticking in properly, so the almost non-covered wood will pick up all the moisture from your hands and become dirty over time. In terms of other things that you should consider before buying this instrument, the truss rod is not the most powerful here, so the truss rod is almost cranked all the way in, and the guitar still has just the tiniest bit of relief. So if you're planning to go to like something 11s in B standard or drop A, the guitar may simply have too much of a bow. The overall playability is improved by the radius of the fingerboard. It's 15 3/4 or 400 millimeters, which is rather flat and really nice if you want to go and play something fast. This guitar is definitely more oriented on like fast playing, something shreddy, and overall the neck is really nice to play, but may get a bit tiring after long sessions. Going further, we have Ibanez RGA742 neck joint. You can see this part where they removed a bit of the material, and because of this, you have an amazing feel when your hand goes like this and you grab the guitar around the neck joint. And playing in higher positions also no problem. You can see that I can easily reach to 24 frets and I can easily reach to, I don't know, it will be like 25, 26, yeah, I could have reached to 27th fret if this guitar had one. Also what helps is this cutaway for your arm. Also the guitar has cutaway for your arm over here. So overall it's a pretty ergonomic high position for a bolt-on. Going to the body. So going to the body, as I mentioned, it has ergonomic cutaway here. Here it's simply for design purposes. We have it here, and all of this cutaways is a trademark for an RGA, which is basically an RG form but made archtop. As a result, it's far thinner, around 10 centimeters thinner. It will be somewhere here in inches. In what this results? Well, first of all, the guitar is light. It weighs around 3.3, 3.5 kilos, which is, for a 7-string, is definitely on the lower side. But such low weight, mostly by reducing body weight, results in one slight problem. This slight problem being neck dive. This guitar has neck dive, and to be honest, a pretty severe one. Is it problematic to play? Well, if you play in something like a standard position, most of the time you simply weighing it down by pressing with your right hand. And if you're playing in a classical position, the neck dive would not be that much of a problem, but the guitar still be a bit wiggly compared to non-neck diving instruments. Because of RGA body, we don't have a direct arm cutaway, which results in my opinion, a bit less comfortable resting place for your hand. It's not crucial in any way or form, especially if you play sitting down, but while playing standing up, if you like to hang the guitar really low, you will feel this edge digging into your arm, so you need to like play it high in a bit more proggish position. On the back we are having a big belly cut, which I would like to be going all the way till the end of the horn, but it's still one of the biggest on the market, and you can see why I like to have it go until the end of the horn, because you can see I removed all the finish here. The guitar is all covered in a clear coat, if you're interested. Okay, so also we have like this interesting Ibanez feature, so like all the guitar after they started to install Gibraltar on all their instruments have this string through placement, which goes like first 5 strings on a normal side, and the drilling point for 6 and 7 and 8, if you have, are moved a bit further down. This probably should improve the tension, but I can say if it does something. And definitely so, they should install a reverse headstock, but we have what we have. So here we have a fixed bridge, which is not an Ibanez Gibraltar, but can be retrofitted with one. Simply be sure that those holes align, and you can simply swap out this bridge for Gibraltar. Why should you think about it? Well, because if you can see, the screws by which you adjust the string, the saddle height, are poking out, and you can feel this with your arm. Nothing crucial, you can definitely play on this instrument, but just for information, and if you want to swap it out, just go for Gibraltar. In terms of pickups, we are having 2 Ibanez Quantums that was originally created in collaboration with DiMarzio, and it has a little bit of this DiMarzio sound. Then mid output, They're genuinely not bad, having a really flat response in my opinion, so you can definitely make a lot out of them by using equalization and your amp. We have a 5-way switch, which results in bridge, 2 inner coils of both humbuckers, neck in parallel, neck, master volume, master tone. And here we are going to probably the worst part. This worst part being electronics. Electronics here are not expensive, and you can feel it after you play it for a bit longer, because after a year or year and a half of playing, I started to hear a little bit of the noise once I was turning off the volume. It can be fixed by simply spraying in contact cleaner, but overall, nothing crucial, but I would still prefer a better electronics, and if you'll be swapping out the pickups, you should swap out the electronics as well. The 5-way switch is not the most pleasant one, but it gets the work done. The tone knob is a bit strange because it doesn't work as it should. It simply goes 100% until you roll it all the way down, and it simply goes to 0. So you don't have like any middle positions, so you can just go to like 50% tone, 60% tone, so it kind of kills the purpose of this guitar for jazzmen, or you will need to make a little bit of mods. In terms of quality control here, of course this guitar has issue. It's a $500 Ibanez. So what do we have here? We have a tool mark here, a little bit of paint on the binding, and just, you know, tiniest tool marks, tiniest chips. Like, also the biggest problem here is this bridge pickup. You can see here it's a bit slanted to the side, and it's the lowest point it can go. If I try to screw it lower, the inner coil will go down and the outer won't. It's like the biggest issue of this instrument, but to be honest, the height is just the way I like it, and I did not find it on any other guitar. And the problem is simply when the holes for the screw of the pickups were drilled, they misplaced it for like for a really small margin, but it resulted in this. I will have a close-up photos of all over the place. Also, the thing I did not like is the quality of the knob itself. So you can see there is a little bit rust on it, and it's a tone which I almost never touch. And here we have a different knob, and this is for the reason being the volume knob rusted off completely. So when I play, I often do like, I play my part, I turn out the volume, then I start to playing, I turn on the volume, and then I turn it off right at the moment I stopped playing. So as a result of this, we have all the original paint from the volume knob completely went off, and under it we have a rusting metal that rusts all the time. And to be honest, it's like a tiniest problem that really annoys me. And my friend, who have exactly the same guitar, do not have this problem. So we have like 3 months between our guitars. So mine is one of the latest rounds of 2020, and his is one of the first of 2021. So because of this, he had a lot of differences. So for example, he did not have this good fretwork of which I spoke, and he has a high spot somewhere around 2nd or 3rd fret on the B string. Also, his nut fall off straight from the factory. It's not a problem for me, you simply just go and glue it over. So yeah, it's just easy fix for me personally, and also a easy upgrade to a graph deck, for example. But he did not have any problems with the knobs, and also thruster in his guitar acts better than mine. Going ahead, in terms of playability and do I like this guitar? Well, my personal opinion, I like it a lot. It It's nice to play. As I mentioned before, the neck is thin and nice, and the guitar guides you in a way of playing faster, more technical licks. As kind of a conclusion, how much I like this guitar, I would say one thing. After the day I got it, I played it every day. For 3 years, I play this guitar every day. And to be honest, I do now have a better guitar, and far worse, full review on the channel, but I still grab it to simply hold the tradition, and sometimes this guitar guides me in a way no other does. Mainly because of the neck, and I love it. Also, about the neck dive, the neck dive is not that present while you're standing up, which is kind of a good thing. So, first of all, I would say to whom this guitar will appeal. First of all, to the people who wants to try a 7-string going from a 6-string, so basically more like extend your range than for something specific, or if you're more kind of a prog or a death metal fan, so like you don't go extremely low, but you tune lower than E standard, D standard, or even C. So basically having a 7-string that you don't need to retune, that basically covers most of your guitar playing range, is a big benefit. So yes, let's listen to the thing. So here are tone demos. So can I recommend this thing? Yeah, it's not perfect, and I would say it's definitely 8 out of 10 guitar, but before I say, well, it's amazing, I say a few competitors that this guitar has. First of all, it's the exact same instrument but with different body, which is not RGA but RG, is Ibanez 7421, which is basically an RG version of 42 RGA series. Same neck, same 3-piece, same pickups, same electronics, everything the same, but the body is RG. Same goes if you want RGA42, you can go and get yourself RG421, and it will be basically the same instrument with different looks and different body shape, and that's all the difference. But no other guitar has this really cool flame maple veneer, and it's a plus for me, and to be honest, it looks so nice, and I like the coloring that it goes from gray to white binding to a red body, that I would definitely still pick this one over RG model. The other competitor of this guitar is Harley Benton Amarok, and Amarok destroys these things in terms of specs. Instead of nickel frets, it has stainless steel, brand name pickups. You still get a veneer. It will be either flame maple like here or quilted. You are getting 5-piece neck through instead of 3-piece bolt on. So the only benefit of buying this one will be neck shape. And yeah, this is still an amazing neck shape. But yeah, overall, Amarok is an amazing competitor and a really good value for money. But if you don't like Harley Bentons, because let's be honest, some people don't like them, and you don't want to get yourself a thick or like medium thickness neck on your guitar, just go for this one. Overall, can I recommend this thing? Yeah, it's not perfect. If you consider playability, it's a great buy in my personal opinion, but always be aware as well, every reviewer can only review their own instrument and you can get a far better or far worse because the guitar vary from sample to sample a lot. Always keep this in mind, but overall I can recommend the thing. It's a lovely guitar and personally I'm in love with the thing still. And this thing definitely planted in me a love for Ibanez as a brand because I just really like the philosophy they put when they make this thing, and it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. So yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. The more subscribers, the more videos I will make. I have a lot of ideas and I hope I will be able to edit this before Christmas. So if I did, Merry Christmas. If not, Happy New Year. And play good guitars. And have a great New Year. Bye.